Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's the word? What's going on? How everybody doing out there? Y'all already know what it is, man. We are back again, and it's time for the weekend banger. It's time for the weekend banger. Y'all, that's a lot, y'all. It's time for the weekend banger, and I got one. I keep a banger at all times. But like I always say before I start these videos off, I have no problem delivering this content to everybody that's out here working hard, working a 9 to 5. Everybody that's out here with their own business, getting to that bag the legit way. I make sure y'all got something to watch in the mornings, man. I promise y'all there's no problem on my end. I also have no problem making sure I'm warning y'all and telling y'all about how dangerous prison is. I only ask for one thing in the process, and that's for y'all to just stay out the way, man. That's it. Y'all already know I'm not asking for a lot, man. I'm not asking for a lot, but every time I do my stories, when the summertime comes, man, it's about to get hot outside. And you know when it gets hot outside, people get crazy outside, man. So I'm just trying to get everybody just to practice safety out there, man. Like just move around being safe this summer, man, because there's a lot of bad things that be going on, man. And I'm letting you know now, we're going to contribute in these things, man. We're going to end up in jail. I'm trying to stay out everybody's way this summer, man. I don't got nothing to prove to nobody. And I'm just trying to stay out everybody's way, man. Keep living my life. That's all I'm trying to do. And I encourage y'all to do the same thing, man. If y'all got somebody out there that's doing the wrong things, man, you know in the summertime they become an even bigger demon. Try to tell them to chill out, man. Introduce them to my channel, man. Let me preach to them for a minute, man. Let me show them what staying out the way looks like, man. I'm staying out the way, man. I'm going on a decade in March, man, and I've been home, man. 10 years. No trouble, no laws, no police, no nothing, man. I'm going to stay out the way forever, and that's all I want y'all to do, man. So that's why I always preach it, man. Period. But y'all already know what it is, man. This is the weekend banger. So what I need y'all to do with this one. Like, shit, subscribe, y'all. Let's get this. Skip. Let's go. It's time for business. Time for business, y'all. And the story I got for y'all today is called He Thought He Was Right. Part 1. Crazy story, crazy situation. But we are where, people? We are in penitentiary, man, where crazy things happen all the time, man. I'm letting y'all know now, man. Penitentiary is a crazy word. I have seen a lot in there, y'all, and like they have people in there, man, and sometimes they think when they doing crazy stuff or doing bad stuff or doing dumb stuff, they think they be right about these things, man. They think that they're not doing nothing wrong, man. Sometimes it takes a certain type of person or a certain type of level of violence to let these people know what you've been doing in there is wrong, man. So it's people in there that move around all day long in penitentiary and think they doing things right when they really doing things wrong. And usually when that happens, it's always violence that follows that, y'all. So with that being said, though, we on Lawrenceville for this, y'all. We on Lawrenceville. Man, I can remember being in 30 building for this one, y'all. We in 30 building for this one. And it was wild because this is like kind of in the beginning stages of 30 building. This is when I first got there. My homeboys went to the crib, so I'm in there just trying to learn the pod, trying to learn the compound. I'm definitely not gonna mess up what I got going on because me being who I am, I already knew where I came from, man. I know where I'm at now, man. There was no comparison from Lawrenceville to Sussex 2. Like all the stories that dudes that got transferred off Lawrenceville used to come to Sussex and say, I already knew they was welling in the first place, man. Like when you get there and see what that camp is, man, like you appreciate that camp. Now you ain't gonna let nobody do nothing crazy to you, nothing like that. But I'm just saying, like you will really appreciate that camp. Man, I did 7 years on a level 4, so now I'm on a level 3. I'm just trying to like enjoy it. I'm trying to just wait my turn for things to happen, man, and enjoy it, man. So like in the beginning stages of 30 building, it was like just all type of stuff going on in the beginning, man. Like 30 building was so different from how I ended up turning out from the years I ended up staying in there. But in the beginning of 30 building, it was like, it wasn't no green dots or nothing like that jumping off in the beginning. Like it was all cash game. And I think I spoke about this before. And when I moved over there, it used to be dudes going to the V room, man, going to get cash and coming back scoring with the cash. Now, around this time, tobacco had just stopped being sold. You know what I mean? It wasn't on commissary no more. They took it from the whole state. So now everybody had to get it from the rough. So like now everybody was going to the VI coming back with money, and they would have to buy packs for the high. Packs of Newports, 20 cigarettes used to cost you $50 to $100. I can't remember the price. I want to say it was $50, or it could have been $100. You get 10 for 50. It was one of the two. Either way, it was a steep price you had to pay, man. It's just because you wanted some tobacco. So like, dudes would have a la in there too. This is still the mid stage. It wasn't no loud pack at this moment, but dudes would have the mid in there too. And the mid was for sale too. You can come back with the money. You can buy the mid. You can buy your blows, your cigarettes, whatever the case. And that's how I was going down in there, man. So everybody just was in there getting white boy wasted. That's what everybody was in there doing, man. Like everybody used to just mess with the mess with the tobacco, and then make wine. And that's what dudes were doing, man. So the pod was straight. The pod was straight. Now on top of all of that, with that going on, man, they had cell phones running around everywhere. So I'm in the stage of, I'm trying to get a cell phone. So I can remember when I got my first cell phone, my roommate, man. Now my roommate went from the town, but me and him ended up going half, and we ended up getting our first phone. Now we was green to this first phone. This phone didn't last too long. I want to say we had it for like 4 months or something like that. It didn't last super duper long, but from the moment we had it, man, we loved it. You know what I mean? It was our first cell phone. I was sharing the phone with a dude that we wasn't even getting into it about who gonna use it or whatever the case. It was a good situation, man. So like we was chilling in there, man. Like with a cell phone, we was able to run more people down, catch this person. Yo, I need this, I need that, and it was an easier job, man. So like at this moment in my bed, y'all, my feet is kicked up. I am chilling, man. My feet is kicked up. I am in chill mode, man. I love it, man. So the whole time in the block, man, it's like everybody gets along. That was another thing. The red team was in there, with some blue team in there. It was some Richmond dudes in there, Norfolk dudes in there, dudes from the other side, Hampton, Newport News. It was people all over the block, man. But it was like everybody got along in the joint. It wasn't no really attention. There were probably one or two dudes that dudes didn't like that or whatever the case, but for the most part, no violence. At the moment, everybody was getting along and doing what I was telling y'all we was doing. Tobacco, wine game, cell phone game. That's what was going on. So everybody in there chilling, getting along. So it was this one dude I used to rock with. He wasn't even from Norfolk, but he was cool though. I ain't gonna say where you from, man, but we gonna call him Terrence, man. Now, Terrence was a taller dude. Terrence was like, if I'm probably at this age, I'm like my late 20s, I'll give Terrence like his middle 30s. So I'll give Terrence probably like 35, 36 or something like that. He didn't look old and he wasn't old, but he just was older than us. So like Terrence was a guy that was in there. He was a funny dude. He was a character, you know what I mean? Like he ain't push no stuff like he could fight and he doing all this. He was himself, man. Terrence was kind of tall, bald head dude. He used to buck on the police all the time because we didn't even supposed to have this, man. He used to have the little skinny sideburns, man. Y'all know the little skinny Lloyd Banks joints? He had the little skinny Lloyd Banks sideburns, man. For real, you're supposed to have a beard. You don't supposed to have the little skinny toothpick joints, man. He used to rock the little skinny sideburns. He used to buck on the police all the time. When they'll tell him get rid of it, he'll just buck and just stay out their way, and he'll grow it out a little bit more. And then he'll have hair right here, but you still can see the Lloyd Banks sideburns. And I used to bake him about it. So me and him was cool. Me and him used to always trip. He was a joker. I was a joker. So me and him used to always trip. But like, Terrence was a dude that, sometimes I would let him hold my jack. Terrence has people out there that he could call. He can get his money. You know what I mean? He run stuff down. So I used to rock with him. I'll let him use it because dudes from his city didn't have one. So I'll let him rock sometimes. So he'll come out and he'll match a la with us, or he'll have a roll up and we'll match the la with the roll up, or he'll have some wine or we'll have some wine. Either way, he used to be invited to a lot of parties because he used to contribute. So we'll come in the room and we'll just be in there tripping, joking, laughing. You know what I mean? Just having a good time in prison, which is wild, but we in there chilling, man. So I can remember the first time Terrence was like, yo, man, listen, my people supposed to be trying to get me a phone. He was like, man, I'm trying to get this phone, man. So I'm like, for real, man? So I'm like, let me ask you a question, though. I was like, when you get a phone, what you gonna do? I said, because you see me and my roommate trying to do, like, me and my roommate, we was trying to put it together. Like, it took us like 2 months to put it together. We was trying to put it together, like, but this is when we first got it. So we haven't put it together yet. But every day was being spent trying to put it together. So I'm like, let me ask you a question, though, Terrence. I was like, when you get a phone, what you gonna do when you get a phone, man? He was like, man, lay up. Shit, that's how you talk, man, lay up. Yeah, I'm gonna lay up. Yeah, I'm gonna be chilling, man. Back that jump, I'm boo loving. I don't care what nobody say. I'm a boo love, Weezy. I'm like, man, so you just getting the jack just to boo love? He like, yeah, I'm trying to bag me something, bro, and stay out the way. He was like, I like older chicks. Yeah, I like older women, man. I said, for real, why you want older chicks? He was like, because they spend that money. They spend that money, Weezy, man, and they do what I tell them to do, man. So, like, man, I'm looking for an older jump, man. So, that's what it is. So, I get a phone, like, I'm chilling, Weezy. I ain't got nothing to impress nobody, man. I got 4 years left to do. I go home soon, man. I ain't doing none of that stuff. I ain't got to impress nobody, man. I'm about to get me a girl and lay up. I used to be like, man, I couldn't even say that but laugh, man. You know what I mean? Terrence was wild, so we in there tripping off him, man. You know what I mean? So he said that's what he was gonna do with the jack. So later on that day, I seen him on the wall phone. He didn't ask me to use the phone. He was on the wall phone, but he came back to me after lunch and he seen me. He was like, hey, Weezy, look, man, I need a favor. I was like, what's up? He was like, man, look, it's a dude in such and such building that got a phone for me. He was like, look, I'm trying to get the jump, man. He was like, but I need, you know what I mean? I gotta run my peoples down to make sure they still got the money. He was like, ain't he giving me a good deal? So in the beginning stages of the phones wasn't super expensive at this time. You might come run across a minute phone, and then that'll be like the little flat, little small phones. You know what I mean? It wasn't no flip or nothing. It was just like a little small flat phone that had the numbers right there, and then it'll be a minute phone, which means that you don't have an unlimited plan. You going off your minutes. So you might come run across one of those for like $300, $250, $300. Or if you get a flat phone, or if you get a regular unlimited phone that look just like that, it used to be $500. Or if you want a flip phones could be $600. So phones wasn't super expensive at this moment. You know what I mean? So he was like, man, I'm trying to get this phone, man. He was like, man, and it ain't no minute phone. Weezy, man, dude will give me a deal. He told me to get him 400. I'm like, for real, for a flip? He was like, nah, not for no flip, not for no flip. It's gonna be like one of them regular jumps like y'all got, but he says unlimited plan. So I'm like, oh, all right, that's what's up then. Yeah, come on stairs. So this is back in the days with the phone, be honest. It's either gonna be me or my roommate. The only time we putting that phone up is when they doing institutional lockdown. Other than that, we wilding, we staying the night with it. We doing all type of wild stuff because we just got, you know what I mean? Like we new to the whole phone situation in Lawrenceville. So he come in the cell, use the phone. After he got out the phone, man, he looked at me, he did like this. He was like, yeah, he's like, yeah, see? He was like, see, man, my sister, man, every time I call my baby, man, my little sister always look out for me. I was like, for real? He was like, yeah. He's like, I'm about to go get this phone, Weezy. He said, watch what I do. Watch what I do when I get this phone, Weezy. I bet you I bag, son. That's what I bet you, though. He said, I bet you I'm a bag. I bet you I'm a bag. I said, bro, you acting like it's that easy. I said, somebody gonna hook you up. He was like, nah, I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. So I'm like, I didn't know what he was talking about. You know what I mean? So he left out the cell. He down in the pod. I see him at the door. Look like he trying to get somebody attention. So I guess he trying to make it happen. He just got, you know what I mean, the green light that his people's got the you know what I mean, the money for the phone. So he down at the door trying to put it together. He down there. So he chilling, you know what I mean? So he down there trying at the door, trying to holler at somebody. I don't know what he doing. But as I just came out with my cell and look, man, like I never seen Terrence look that happy, man. Like he was looking super happy that he was about to get, you know what I mean, a phone. And like, I don't blame him. Because when you get a phone on Lawrenceville, man, that's like buying a new car on the street, y'all. So boom, that's getting a phone feel like. I ain't even gonna lie, like getting a new car out here, that's what getting a phone in there feel like. Because it's like going to the dealership slightly. Y'all know how the dealership, it takes long with the paperwork and they got to find a bank and they got to do this and they got to do that. You sit in the dealership 2-3 hours. That's how it is when you get a jack. You get a jack, you get the money, you gotta find it, you gotta go pay for the jack, you gotta get the jack, you gotta cut the jack on, you gotta make sure you do this, you gotta do that. So it's a process game, just like a new car, man. So that's what getting the phone feels like in there. So I can understand why Terrence is feeling good. So he ended up getting the jack. So when he get the jack, he come back upstairs to our room. He used my joint to call his peoples again to get him a phone card. So he put his junk together and everything was straight with Terrence, man. So like, more and more dudes was getting phones in our pod. I'm being honest with y'all, man. Like I told y'all, like our pod was so illegal. Like you can just have the phone on you. Like around this time, man. Like they wasn't shaking you down. They wasn't running down on you. They wasn't doing none of that. Like everybody had phones in there, man. There was so many phones in there. Like so many. Like a lot of people had access to phones. Like you could tell when a pod has a lot of phones because the pod will look wealthy. Around this time right here in 33 pod, man, everybody had look wealthy because everybody had access to get on the phone and run their peoples down. They even had a dude in there that you can get, like, yo, just say you can't get nobody to bring you no money. You know what I mean? But you got money on the street that your peoples got for you. You can get in contact with his peoples, get the money to his peoples, and his peoples will bring the money through the VI for you. Bro didn't care about going to the VI, bringing stuff back like the money. He didn't bring no pack back. He would bring the money back. And I think he didn't really care about that because it was just money. So like he would do that for a percentage of what you got. Just say if he bring back $50, you want to buy 5 spoons. Like you got to throw him a spoon. Like if you bring back $100 and he know you gonna buy a whole pack of cigarettes, like you got to throw him like 5 cigarettes. Like he just wanted 10% of kind of everything that he brought back. And you couldn't knock that, man. So like the pod that looked super duper wealthy in there with so many jacks. So now that bro got a jack, man, like he became missing in action. We didn't see Terrence no more when he got that phone, y'all. So boom, Terrence was dumped off every day. Terrence ain't going to child. Terrence ain't doing nothing. Terrence ain't doing nothing, man. So Terrence just became a dude like everybody else in there that had jocks, the super duck dog, super in the cut. And that's what he was doing. So when I had to holler at him, majority of the time, I would have to go to his cell. Every now and then he would come to our cell since he had that phone, but I would have to go to his cell. I'll go to his cell. And Terrence slept on the top tier directly across from me in the second cell before you get to the back door. So I would go to his cell and talk to him sometime, kick it with him, be in his cell, you know what I mean? He'll be on the jack the whole time. He feeling good too, like he love it, you know what I mean? So when I used to go in there, he used to always be talking to this lady. So he told me when I came in there for the first time, he was talking to the lady. He was like, "Yeah, Weezy, this is my baby right here, man." So he like, you can hear her talking. I don't know, I think he had it on speaker, but like you can hear her talking, and like her voice sounded a little raspy. And off the top, I can get that she was an older lady. You know what I mean? Like she definitely was an older lady. So I was like, he was like, "Man, this my lady. This my lady." He was like, "Yeah, look, I was supposed to do Weezy, man. I'm trying to tell you my baby." She was like, "Yeah, you know, we love each other. We getting married when you get out. We getting married." So I heard her voice. It definitely sounded older. You know what I mean? So I'm like, "That's old." He was like, I was like, "How old?" He was like, so he did like this. He went in his box and he pulled out some pictures. You know what I mean? So like when he showed me the pictures, it's like he had like 5 pictures in the envelope. So he pulled out the pictures. He like, I'm looking at it, Jones. I'm like, man, like, you know what I mean? Like she was older, you know what I mean? She even had like a little bit of gray in her head. But I ain't gonna lie, man, grandma had a big booty game, y'all. So boom. Grandma had a badunk. I ain't gonna lie. She was kind of chunky, but she had a badunk, man. You know what I mean? Grandma had a big booty. So I'm like, man, how old this lady is? He was like, 57. I was like, 57? He was like, yeah, man. I said, man, bro, you like him old like that? He was like, man, I'm telling you, man, it's my baby, man. So he was locked in. He was locked in with this lady. So like for like a while now, you know what I mean? Like I'll say probably like 2 months later. Like, you know what I mean? Like I kind of forgot that he was talking to this lady. Like, you know, he did his still normal activities, blah, 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 do this, do that. He got the phone, he chilling. But you know, like I never really seen him in the VI. I never seen, you know what I mean, him do nothing from the VI. He just was doing him in there, you know. So like I say like 2 months later, you know, I don't know if Terrence had got tired of like buying Lala all the time or what. I don't know what it is. All I know is I didn't go to Child. You know what I mean? This is Saturday morning. They had bologna. My roommate used to sell me his bologna. So my roommate would bring back his bologna, you know what I mean? And he'll give it to me and I'll just have that to cut. So I didn't even go to Child to get my bologna. All I need is one sandwich to eat for snack a little later, you know what I mean? So I stayed in the cell. I didn't even go to lunch on a Saturday. So everybody moving around, nice day outside, everybody moving around. So as I'm sitting in the cell, I hear a knock at the door. I'm like, yo, it's Popcorn. Popcorn comes to the door. He's like, hey, Weezy. Hey. I'm like, what's up? I was like, what's up, man? He was like, he opened the door, came in. I was like, what's up? He was like, hey, look, holla at your homeboy for me, man. I was like, who? He was like, man, Terrence, man. I was like, holla at him for what? He was like, he got the Lala. I was like, Terrence got the Lala? He was like, yeah. I was like, oh, he might have bought some. He might have bought some on his way back from VI or something. He was like, I don't know, but he said he got it for sale. He said he got it for sale. I was like, oh, for real? I was like, yeah, I'm about to go holler at him, man. So I got up, you know what I mean? Put my flip-flops on, stepped out with Popcorn. We looked around. He was like, yeah, man, I'll let him get back with me. And he slid off. I'm like, Popcorn a fiend. So Popcorn crib, Popcorn dipped back to his side. Popcorn back over there by the laundry area. So I look, I see Terrence got his cut up, you know what I mean? But it ain't up like all the way, it's like mostly up. So you can't see in the jump. That's how dudes have had their jump too. Like, you know what I mean? Mostly up. Like that let you know that they're not using the bathroom, but they definitely doing something they don't want nobody to see. So I waited like 2 minutes still on my tip, over by my side, like 2 minutes just looking over there. I seen a couple of dudes go to his cell. I said, dude, you know what I mean? Go to his junk, holler at his roommate. So I'm seeing the movements. So I know there's something going on. So I see him. So I'm just waiting. So I was like, man, forget this, man. I finally walked over the joint, walked around the corner, went over to his side, knocked on the door. First I ain't hear nothing. I'm like, yo, Terrence. He like, oh, yo. I'm like, what's up, bro? He was like, who that? I was like, it's Weezy. He was like, oh, hold on. He came to the door. He's like, psh. He popped the junk because I told you if you put a domino piece like in the little hole part when the door opens, because Lawrenceville had doors, not sales. They had doors. My word, they had doors. So if you put like a little domino piece in the joint, you can use your ID. You know what I mean? It'll close like it's closed, but you can get about the joint or get it in the joint. So he came and opened the joint up. Boom. I slid in the joint. Like, what's up, bro? He was like, yeah. He sat back down on the table. I looked like I couldn't see from his back was blocking at first because I'm closing the door. I'm closing, I turned around, sitting right there at the table. I was like, what's up, bro? He was like, hold on. He was like, is that a spoon, Weezy? He was super happy. He says, this a spoon, Weezy? I was like, it looked like a spoon to me. He was like, he got up and moved. He was like, what about all these? I looked. That man had like 20 spoons on the table. I'm like, where you get all the spoons from? He was like, yeah, my baby brought me to work. I was like, for real, man? He was like, man, look, man, when I tell you I bagged this lady, man, he said, man, I bagged this lady to the point where she introduced me to the people from her church. I was like, for real? He was like, man, listen, man, the church loved me. He said, man, she went to church Sunday and got the people to donate for me and everything, man. He said she walked out of church with $200 for me, bro, off of donations, bro. I was like, what? He was like, yeah. He was like, man, look, she makes sure I go to commissary, man. He was like, man, look, man, I ain't want to put my business out there. He was like, remember 2 weeks ago when I had the tobacco? I was like, yeah, you told me you got it from the other side. He was like, I lied, Weezy, man. He went back to the table. He was like, I lied, man. He started closing the spoons up. He was like, my fault, man. I lied, man. I said, you ain't had to lie to me, bro. He was like, I had to, bro. I got to protect myself, bro. I got to protect my lady. You know what I mean? I said, she brought you the tobacco? He was like, yeah. They want a lot of tobacco, though. I just told her to dump out 2 packs of Newports. You know what I mean? I ain't make her go get me the big bag or nothing like that. So I'm like, man, that's what's up. She bringing the word, bro. He was like, she was scared to do it. He was like, but man, I just said, man, I just told her put it in her titties. Her titties so goddamn big. I told her put it in her goddamn titties. She came in with the shit in her titties. I was like, what? He was like, yeah. He was like, man, listen, man, she loved me to death, though, man. That's why she did it. You know what I mean? So she brought me this. I'm like, damn, bro. I was like, let me get one of them jumps. He was like, he grabbed my hand. I was like, man, but come on, bro. Let me get one of them jumps, man. He was like, hold on, man. I was gonna give you something. We said, hold on. I was like, man, all right, man. Like, I'm always in a predicament like this. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I play fair on the strength of hoping that you can get on one day, then you can play fair because I need me back, y'all. That's how it goes. So boom. Now he ain't owe me a lot or nothing like that, but still though, I know bro was gonna play fair. So he ended up putting it together for me. He was like, yeah, you know what I mean? We sat there and talked for a while. So he gave it to me. So he was like, come on, step out. So me and him stepped out. So we just stand in front of the joint. He was like, hey, look. And he said it's good too. He was like, man, I don't know where she got it from, man. He said, man, she said she got it from one of her family members. He was like, man, but she said it. But he was like, man, for real, everybody's saying it's good. I never seen Terrence look this happy. Like, he was looking happy, man. Like, he was standing on the top tier. He was like, he all tall. He was like, yeah, man. He got his lower back sideburns edged up all perfect. He's like, yeah, man. Like, they say it's good too. I was like, man. I smoked the joint he gave me. I was like, bro, it might be some gas though. We're gonna find out though, man. I was like, man, but look though, bro. I was like, that's what's up though, bro. Get back, man. Get that money, man. I said, it's time to get money. Like, that's what it's about, bro. Like, that's what this camp is. I was like, bro, listen, me and my roommate trying to put it together right now. I was like, man, we still trying to put it together. Like, you know what I mean? Like, our time gonna come. So like, we gonna put it together, man. He was like, yeah, man. He was like, man, I told you though, what I was doing, Weezy, when I get that job. I told you what I was gonna do. I told you I was gonna bag. I told you that, man. Yeah, my baby love me. Yeah, my baby love me, man. I was like, that's crazy, bro. I was like, she from out our way? He was like, yeah, she live out our way, but she ain't from out our way. And he told me where she was from. So I'm like, oh, all right. That's what's up. So as we standing right there, the lady was like, exit out for outside rep. I'm like, man, I didn't even know we was on standby. He was like, you going out? I was like, yeah, I'm going out. I'm about to go outside, bro. I got this lala. I'm about to go chill. My homeboy was like, Weezy, you got a Feezy? I'm like, what's up? He was like, I got 2 cups. I was like, yo, bring it outside. He held up 2 Gatorade bottles. He was like, and I seen that yellow yacht. I was like, it's party time. So boom. Everything was going good for me. I ain't even gonna lie. My man got the pack. My man got some wine. I'm about to go out on the yard and get wasted, man. Like, that's all being on Lawrenceville. That's all Lawrenceville was in the beginning, y'all. Just partying all day, man. I ain't gonna lie. It's time to go party now. I'm going outside to handle the business. So as we going outside, I end up leaving kind of late because I told you I didn't even know we was on standby. So I go get myself together. Boom, boom, boom. As I'm coming down the steps, Terrence coming down the steps. So we kind of met together. He was coming down his side. I was coming down my side of the steps. So we met kind of together. And we walked into the door. So when we get to the door, we kind of like walked to the yard together. So when we got to the yard, he kind of like just stayed over there by the fence. A dude called him over here from out his way. He ran over there and hollered at a dude. Then he ran over here and hollered at another dude. Then he came right back over there where me and my man was standing at. So he walked over there. I was like, bro, hit this, bro. So I had the Gatorade bottle. He was like, he hit that jump. He was like, that's what I needed right there, Weezy. He did a dance like this. He was like, that's what I needed right there, Weezy. That's what I needed right there. I was like, yeah, bro. I said, it's that yacht right here. So we sitting over there chilling. You know what I mean? So as we over there chilling, somebody called me to the fence. Somebody had called me to the fence. Now, y'all know when you get called to the fence, you got to walk around and get to where I say where the child hall be at when we coming out. Because I told y'all it's a split in the middle. And that's the other side of the yard. So the other side of the yard, they outside too. So you can call somebody to the fence and like have a conversation over the fence. You can't really see them unless you look through the crack a little bit of the fence. You know what I mean? You know, like when the gate open up at, Like that's how you can see them. You can back up a little bit and kind of you can see them a little bit, but you can still have a conversation with these guys. So somebody called me to the gate, so I go to the gate. I walk to the gate and stuff. Man, my homeboy went over there, so I'm over there chilling for a minute. I'm talking to my man. So as my man talking, he was like, "Hey, Weezy, somebody in your pod named Terrence for such and such." I was like, yeah, what's up? That's my homeboy. He was like, "Hey, look, call him to the fence right quick." I was like, "All right, hold on." I looked, I was like, "Hey, Terrence. Hey, Terrence. Somebody wants you at the gate, bro." Terrence come running over there. Terrence run over there. He get to the fence. He's like, "What's up?" I said, "Somebody wants you at the gate." So I backed up. He got to where I was standing at. He's like, yo. Somebody came to the fence. I looked. I couldn't really see who it was. It was like a brown skin, kind of stocky dude. You know what I mean? Looked kind of a little young, but he was a big young and kind of like, he came to the fence. He like, "Hey, you Terrence." Terrence was like, "Yeah, what's up? Who you, bro?" He was like, "Yeah, hey, look, man. My homeboy say he saw you in the VI, man." He was like, "Man, that lady that I seen you in the VI with, that's my grandma, bro."
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes.